Easy now, guys. Coming back at you with another build guide and review. This one is a meme build, purely for memes, just because we can. Watch one. What build is this? This is the crossbow Necro that does over 100,000 damage. Now, I know what you're thinking. How are we going to get there? We are going to get there very soon. But first, let me go over the stats and skills. So we have just enough strength and dex to wear our gear, then dumping the rest of stuff into Vita. For the skills, we've got one in lower res, one in decrepify, maxed out all of the poisons, put one into bone armor, summon mastery, clay golem, maxed out flesh offering, and dumping the rest of the points into blood golem. To go over the resistances and charms, the resistances are quite bad at the moment. But not to worry, this build is mainly for farming cows. Charms look like this. We've got a bunch of poison charms, one all res, a bunch of PMBs. We've got 3 12 FHRs because we're wearing a Bramble. And Bramble comes with that 50% FHR break, 50% FHR. I'll leave the FHR tables over here. Bear in mind that when we do Flesh Offering, it does add additional FCR, which will take us to some of our breakpoints later on while we're farming, as well as letting us run considerably faster. So what does the build do? Basically, we've got 100% chance to pierce with the Doomslinger. Doomslinger gives +1 to multiple shot. So every additional plus all skill that we get fires an additional arrow, and then we're going to buff ourselves up with the skill Deadly Poison. And we're going to do loads of damage, frying through loads of cows. So the rest of the gear is buffing the poison damage and or the pierce, as well as all skills. So we've got Andariel's Visage with 3 facets, Seraph's Hymn, BK, Razor Tail, Bramble, Triangle Gloves, Alder's Boots, some really nice bolts that we found. And on Switch, we've got a white wand with more deadly poison and a dark force spawn for when we're on the fly. We have got some pre-buff stuff though, so let's show you that damage. Pre-buff stuff in the sense of a +4 PMB, Bone Flame with 10% poison corruption and a facet in it, and an Arachnid Mess just to get an extra all skill there. Cool. So put my other stuff back on. This could quite easily be a Maras as well, but I don't have a +3 Maras to get some extra resistances. And we buff up with the Demon Limb as well. And we do 102,000 damage. We'll quickly go over the Merc. So the main problem with this build is getting cursed and or getting frozen. So we've just got the cleansing Merc with a Plague in a Colossus Sword, Treachery and a Steel Shade there to meet the nice breakpoint. Breakpoint for the Merc will be there as well. Cool. Without any further ado, let's get into some cows. Make sure I've got my bone armor on as well. We are in hell mode, just to be absolutely crystal clear. So when we come across champions, we do need to drop a Desecrate every now and again. So that's another thing that I've not mentioned yet. You can see in the Doomslinger, we've got a Jar. So the Jar gives ignore target defense. So anything that isn't a champion pack or a boss will just die to the arrows. And anything that is a boss, we can just use Desecrate on. And it's no big deal. With an offering as well. It's a really different way of playing some crossbow necro, or just playing with a bow in general. Very fun. If you fancy trying doing something different, this is how I went about it. So you see, we just keep up that offering there. Ooh, I will mention as well, the IAS breakpoint for this boat is lower on the non-upped version, as well as the requirements. I'll leave the stat tables for both versions, so you can decide which one you'd like. I decided to up the bow because I was desperately trying to scrape that damage, so we get over 100k. But if you did want to make this to do some farming with, would probably not bother upping the bow, as it's more of a pain than it's worth, in my opinion. You see, we're doing 10 arrows there because of the plus skills. Having low res doesn't really matter very much in cows, unless we come across something that's lightning enchanted. And even then, as long as we back it up, the Merc can get rid of it with the golem, and we can always drop a desecrate to help. I will be... Important news, guys, I will be changing my schedule. We'll now be streaming on Friday, 8 till 4. Sundays and Mondays, same time of 11 till 7. Ooh, that's that lightning enchanted we were talking about. You see, we quickly dealt with that there. No problem at all. Other places this build is good at farming is Chaos. It's not really good at farming maps solo, although I'm sure it could be easily adjusted. You don't need to do 100,000 damage. You'd be more than good with like around 40-50,000 mark. Probably even less than that, to be honest. But that is the 100,000 damage. Cool. I'll quickly go over the gear once again, guys. And I'll bring up the extra screen while I do it. So that's Doomslinger, 4 facets and a jar. 3 Os Andes with 3 poison facets. Plus 3 Seraph Tim. BK, Razortail, Bramble, Triangle Gloves, Alders, the really nice bolts. So that's 24, 41, 35 for 100% pierce. You could also use Videla boots if you didn't find quite as much pierce on the arrows, if you still wanted to get the 100 as a side note. We've got the 1-5 all reset and a bunch of 3-1-3s for the small charms, Annie and a torch, and a bunch of P&Bs with 3 12 FHRs for the 86 breakpoint that we mentioned earlier. We'll be leaving a link to the schedule with the new end screen at the end. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash all the buttons. I know it sounds super lame, but
I can't do that here.
Yeah, please do. Big ups, and I'll catch you all soon. Peace.